everybody, it's Pat Love from eXp Realty. I'm here today with Michael Cuttell from Favorite Gifts in Lonsdale Key. Hi, Michael.
Hi there, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you for taking time out of your day to
Oh, no
talk to us.
problem. Yeah, our pleasure for sure.
Great. Okay. Well, I was when I was looking around for businesses to interview, I came across you, and I don't even think I've ever been in your store, so I need to hear more.
Okay, well, Favorite Gifts is located in Lonsdale Key Mall. We're on the second floor, which means that we're a little more challenging to find. But yeah, we feature local design and local manufacture art products from the Lower Mainland, and slightly further out beyond. My concept of local isn't just North Shore and Lower Mainland. I have some artisans that are on the island as well, and some of the other local islands. So we try to be broad with our concept of local, but we do stick to BC. And particularly the Lower Mainland and the North Shore, we prioritize because, of course, that's where we are.
Well, that's really nice. It's nice and unique when, you go into a store and it's not all from some other country.
Yeah.
The things that look like touristy items, and then you turn them over and they were made somewhere else. So
Yeah.
it's always nice to support local artisans, because I know it's a struggle for them, to make a living.
It really can be, and in the current climate, a lot of the means by which these artisans would normally make their their rent and food money would be through art shows and things like that. For example, here in town, Circle Craft didn't happen this year, and for how many artisans is Circle Craft sort of a fundamental bread earner for them? Many artisans will work for months on end to prepare for a show like that, and it's like harvest season for them. Like a farmer plants the seed and waters it and grows it up, and then Circle Craft comes and that's harvest season. Without things like that, a lot of these artisans now are struggling to find ways to continue to stay with their businesses.
That's excellent. So you did touch on it a bit, and I said we were going to talk about the pandemic and how it's affected things. So if you wouldn't mind sharing, how it affected your business, and maybe share some advice to some other business owners on something that worked for you.
Well, we've been so fortunate during the course of this. I mean, we were forced to close initially, and that is by itself, that's a huge challenge. Close your doors. And there have been some government programs that have come in and offered us some support. There have been, we've worked really well with the mall. The mall has been very responsive to preserving its tenants, not just saying, well, if you can't pay, then that's the end of it. Guess we're going to have to call it. So there's been really good response there. But what really makes us feel fortunate is the amount of local support that we've received. One of the things that the pandemic has done for a lot of people is force them to sort of reevaluate how they conduct their businesses and how they conduct themselves just in their lives. One of the ways that Favorite Gifts has had to learn to change basically forced us to enact a program that we'd been meaning to get to forever. Which is to really try to improve our visibility locally. One of the things you mentioned earlier was how disappointing it is as a tourist to pick something up and see that it's made in China or Taiwan or wherever. It's not made locally. We've been that for tourists in the North Shore for quite some time. We have lots of tourists who come to the North Shore every year. They shop with us every year. And that's because we're not that tourist trap kind of, same thing you'd get everywhere else. But because we're on the second floor in Lonsdale, sometimes people don't even know, like people who've lived there in the area for a decade, and they're like, this is my first time in here.
Yes. Yeah.
So we've really been trying to improve our visibility locally. And, you know, with the time that we had during the closure, we were like, this is the time. This is the time to really try and reach out and improve that local visibility. And the response has been extraordinary. We've had so much amazing support from longstanding clients, patrons, as well as new patrons coming and finding us through various means. And it's been amazing. So favorite gifts is going to survive. We feel great about where it's going. We know there's going to be some lean times ahead as well, but we feel great about the fact that we've been offered the kind of local support that we have to in order to survive.
That's great. I have heard that the Lonsdale Key Market landlord has been awesome, and I like to hear that because I
It's
know many aren't.
Yeah, we've always felt as though we were valued by them. That they actually looked at favorite gifts as kind of the 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 archetype almost that they were looking to try and make that second floor into.
Mhm.
Right, we want to have these local businesses that have the kind of flair that you can't just find anywhere else. That the reason that you're coming to the Lonsdale Key isn't because the Lonsdale Key is a mall,
Mhm.
which it clearly really doesn't feel like. Like you don't go in there and have generic mall feel when you're in the Lonsdale Key at all. And they want to keep that character. And they feel as though we're an important part of that. We've been in the mall for quite some time in various iterations, and yeah, it's wonderful that they've reached out and treated us as though we're a cherished part of that community.
Well, that's great news. Okay, so how can the community help you more? You were saying that that they have. So is there
We feel
any?
great about the response, but of course, there's always more that can be done. We always encourage local artists and artisans to come and find us and bring their work. Like honestly, if you're an artist out there and you're on the verge of being able to move your business into something that you want to maybe make more than just your hobby business, but now into something that you're going to be serious about and make it into your full-time business, come and talk to us. Even if we're not necessarily going to take your products on and carry your products, we're always happy to talk to you about what the next steps are. We have a lot of experience on both sides of that. My wife is actually the artist behind Ola Design, which is the watercolor artwork there that when you first walk in at the very back and on the back wall,
Oh,
that's what you'll see on the main card rack there. It's a lot of those cards are Ola Design cards. That's my wife. We've been doing that business for even longer than we've been doing favorite gifts,
mhm.
and so we know what it's like. And we've tried to mentor our artists and artisans as we've gone along as well. So we're happy to provide that aspect as part of our contribution to the community. And come and see what we have. Come and see what there is. My son is the one who's normally behind the counter. He's an amazing human being. I'm so proud of him. He knows these artists and artisans well. He knows them personally. So if you want to know the stories, come and ask the stories. And that's really what we're looking for is engagement. And we'd be open to people in the community telling us how they'd like to see us engage more. Come to us with ideas. We're very open-minded, and we love this community. We love this store. It was the very first store that Ola Design was ever in, which is
Mhm.
why when the store became available, we jumped at the chance to buy it. The original owner, Carol, did such an amazing job and is still a part of the North Shore community, well known and loved. The work that she did was amazing, and we wanted to carry that on and honor it, but also bring our own flair to it. And I feel like we've managed both. That's my cat in the background, by
I
the way.
know I got one sitting in my lap.
Yeah. Well, he's a kitten, so rambunctious doesn't quite cover it.
Oh, well, that's good. That's enjoyable, right? You have to have
We
that
love him.
fun.
He's amazing.
They're very entertaining when they're little.
Oh, yes.
This
Yeah.
one's 14 and she's still still kind of spry.
Nice.
Anyway, well, that's wonderful. I'm quite excited to come down and have a look at what you've got. I'm embarrassed to say that, being a lifelong resident, I probably have been in your store, just didn't know I was in favorite gifts when I was in there.
Well, and it's changed a lot over the years. There's artisans can come and go. Certainly the format has come and gone as well. When Carol first opened it, it actually wasn't this iteration. It was more of a fashion store that lasted about 3 years like that until it kind of shifted and changed locations actually within the mall. Right now we're just at the top of the steps above the Soupmeister or
Oh, okay.
yeah. So I mean that's an amazing soup. So if you're coming to the mall for the soup,
It is.
right, sit down, enjoy his soup. I almost never go to the mall without enjoying a bowl of it. And then, think about it that as you're eating your soup, you're literally right below our store. Come up and take a look.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I definitely will. So I'll come and talk to your son and he can share all the stories of all the artists with me.
Absolutely. You'd love that.
It sounds like fun. Okay, Michael, I'm going to thank you very much for your time and I appreciate you sharing. It's really exciting to hear some good news about what's going on for people instead of all the bad.
Well,
So,
we have to look at these things positively. Every challenge that comes into our life, COVID no exception, is an opportunity for us to accept what is and grow from it. Look at it as a chance to grow, and if you do that, a lot more good's going to come out of it than spending your time grumbling.
oh, I think so. I think I've heard so many positive things that whenever I'm getting down, I think, nope, that good thing happened.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going to sign us off now, Michael. So thank you very much.